Hey, I'm Amy and welcome back, and it is time for a haul. It is already the end of June. I can't believe it. We are going back to the classics. This is all Blu-ray stuff. I got a bunch of stuff from work because we are going back into the office now, so I got a bunch of stuff from work and then a couple of Blu-rays that I did purchase myself. And I will link Amazon affiliate links in the description for pretty much everything I have here. I think everything will be on Amazon. If you do like anything and want to purchase it, and using those links will give me a small percentage and help support the channel. So the first one that I have is the Snoop Dogg classic Bones. I have not seen this film in whole, but I pretty sure Dead Meat did a kill count on it, and I have seen that, so there's that. But also, who can resist a Snoop Dogg horror movie? Next is a comedy that I actually really love. It is a comedy that the company that I work for actually produced, and that is Language Lessons. It is written by Natalie Morales and stars Natalie Morales. It's actually written and directed by Natalie Morales, and it stars her and Mark Duplass, and it's so sweet and so heartwarming. It's very cute. It's not rom-com-y, which is my big thing. I'm not a huge fan of rom-coms, but it's just a really nice friendship story. Next is a movie that I love. It's not well loved by a lot of people, I feel like, but we did a podcast episode on it a while back, and I'm really, really excited that we released it at work, and it is Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. I think this is probably one of my favorite Jim Carrey performances. Maybe. I do really love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and I do really love The Grinch, but Liar Liar I think is an underrated classic that a lot of people hate on for no reason, but I do really love this movie. Plus, Cary Elwes is in this, and I do love me some Cary Elwes. And the next movie is one that I actually do already have on Blu-ray, but we released the 4K Ultra HD version of Candyman, the original Candyman. I love this movie, and I don't have a 4K Blu-ray player or TV, but just in case I ever do get one, I got the Candyman version because, who does not want a 4K version of Tony Todd on their TV? And the next one is a movie that I have not seen, but it has been referenced a lot in pop culture, and that is Sliding Doors. It's been one that I've been wanting to watch for a while, and because we released it, I thought I just had to grab it. And the next four are all kind of together. I will talk about them all together, and that is four of the Leica titles: Kubo and the Two Strings, Coraline, Paranorman, and Box Trolls. Out of these four, I have not seen Box Trolls, but I will be watching it now that I have all four of them. And out of the four, I would say Kubo may be my favorite, but Coraline is a very close second, and Paranorman is probably my least favorite. And there's the art for Box Trolls. Everybody thinks I'm weird for not liking Paranorman, but it's not like I hate it. It's not my least favorite movie of all time, but out of the three of these that I have seen, it is my least favorite. But the Bigfoot one that came out a couple years ago with Zach Galifianakis as Bigfoot is probably my least favorite of all of the Leica titles. And then I think we have a couple more horror movies. The first one is the cult classic House of Wax. Again, I have not seen this, but I have seen the Dead Meat kill count on it. I grabbed this one because who does not want to see Paris Hilton get killed? I love Paris Hilton, but I think this is one of her very few acting roles that is not a reality television series, and she's not the best in it from what I have seen, but there's also a lot of names in this. Chad Michael Murray's in this. I love Chad Michael Murray. If you have, I think we did Freaky Friday on the podcast, and I talked for probably too long about how much I love Chad Michael Murray. I don't love him that much, but when I was like a teen, I loved Chad Michael Murray. The next movie is one that I have seen, but I did not like that much, but I grabbed it anyways because it is Sam Neill, and that is Event Horizon. I think this one was very weird, and it was going places, but it didn't get everywhere it was supposed to be going or could have gone. And maybe that's also because I didn't really understand what it was when I went into it. I didn't realize that it was a sci-fi ghost story, but I thought it was more of just like a sci-fi space thing, but it's ghost in space, and I was taken aback a little bit when I first watched it. Maybe if I rewatch it, I will enjoy it a little bit more. And the last one from work is one of my favorite holiday horror movies that isn't Halloween, and that is Krampus. And you know, it could be the fact that Adam Scott is in this, and I love Adam Scott, but I really do love this movie so much. And I think this might have a little bit in common with this, because I think the little kid in this movie is the little kid from the first Jurassic World movie, which Sam Neill is not in, but he is in the first Jurassic Park movie, and he's in the last Jurassic World movie. I think just from this picture on the back here, it looks like the younger brother from Jurassic World, but I could be mistaken on that because it has been a while since I have seen this, and I don't know the actor's name in either this movie or Jurassic World. But I do love Krampus a lot. If you have not seen Krampus, it is a holiday classic now, I think, if you are into horror movies. And now finally the three movies that, the three Blu-rays that I bought, and that is A24X. I did not like this movie. I've only seen it once, but I did not like this movie when I watched it. But there was a Dead Meat podcast episode. I feel like I'm referencing Dead Meat a lot in this, but a lot of these stuff I have is horror movies, and they do a lot of horror stuff. I mean, they are a horror YouTube channel. But Chelsea did a really great deep dive in the Dead Meat podcast into this and kind of explaining a little bit more of what's happening and giving a lot of great insight that I hadn't thought of myself. So I will definitely be rewatching this and kind of thinking about what she talked about when watching this to get a little bit different perspective. Next is a movie that I love so much. It's almost a guilty pleasure, but I do think this movie is kind of really good, and I just recently watched it again for the second time, and that is Ambulance. We all know, if you've been watching my channel, how much I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I love him so much, and this I think is definitely one of my favorite performances of his of all time, and I think that might just be because it is such an unhinged performance, and it kind of stems off of this movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, No Way Home, but his performance in Spider-Man Far From Home kind of, I think, makes this performance even better, is the fact that he got to be super weird and crazy in Spider-Man Far From Home, and he just got to be even more insane in Ambulance. So I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I love Ambulance. I think it's actually a kind of a really well done movie for a weird Michael Bay lens flare drone action movie. I do think it's got a lot of heart, and I really did love it a lot. And I mean, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is pretty great too. And of course, I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home is just, I love this Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk about the other Spider-Mans because I already get so much hate for at least the Raimi ones, but yeah, this one was pretty great. I had a lot of fun with this one. And that's everything. That is all of my Blu-rays, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys got this month in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much. I really truly do appreciate you, whoever you are. Let me know who you're in the comments down below, and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I love talking on links, movies, TV shows, filmmaking with mystery, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you next time.